Hello YouTube and Craigslist fans. What I got here today is a exposure unit. This is a professional grade exposure unit, but I wanted to show you what prices are going for these little itsy bitsy things you can make at home. They have no vacuum tables and they have just fluorescent bulbs that weren't even designed for doing screen printing. These are light bulbs. Basically you can use the sun for free. But what I'm talking about is a commercial unit. These units right here, these cheaper units are running anywhere from $6 to $1,300. And they can only burn one screen at a time. It's going to take you, 5-10 minutes to burn a screen. And if you're looking for quality halftone dots, you're just not going to get them the first time with these until you actually learn these units, if you get them at all. What I'm talking about is a commercial unit. A commercial unit that was designed for this by engineers. This unit here is an industrial unit. It's pretty large, but it can do 2 screens at one time, or one large screen if you're doing fabrics. I've printed fabrics for people designing fabrics in the garment district. This has all the bells and whistles, blow-in table, has cooling fans, it has pressure gauge for the vacuum table. This is a commercial unit that was designed. It has for this business. It has fluorescent lights. It has a big halogen, not halogen, but a light like growing pot. One of those big lights in there. This thing is huge. It's a monster, but it will burn like nobody's business. You're talking 60, 70, 90 seconds, and you'll have 2 screens ready for halftone dots. That's out of this world. And as you can see, we have nice, large inspection lights. Those fluorescents to the back, there's one in the front, one in the back, and those are for inspecting, for pinholes and for looking at your screens or lining up your vellums and stuff to the board. Here's a timer. There's your inspection light. Future. It says future on there, but that's the inspection light. That's your timer. That's your on and off switch for the big light, the blower, the start switch, the pressure gauge, and the vacuum switch. All have separate switches. It's a little dusty. It's been sitting there for a couple years, but when I went outside and plugged it up, ran an extension cord across this garage, bam, fired right up like a champion. Does she run? Yes, she runs. Let me give you some examples right after this. Like I said, you're able to do 2 screens at one time. That's saving time in production. This came from a production facility. This was running automatic presses. And you're talking about 16 screens, extra large screens at a time. Matter of fact, I have some of those brand new in storage. This here is the vacuum line. You turn on the vacuum switch and it sucks from this vacuum line in the back. That's where you want to never cover that hole up, because that's where it's going to vacuum tables out. Alright, if you have any questions, give me a holler. Okay, here's the vacuum. Comes out that hole in the corner over there, sucks down the table. That is the vacuum unit. Also has a pressure gauge. It shows the amount of pressure. It's all working right there. This is the blower. It actually cools the lamps down to give them long life while working. You can hear the blower working. Here's the inspection lights. Turn those on and it illuminates these bright things that you can actually look at your screens or your there you go. Yeah, we'll turn off the inspection lights. We'll go over to the main light, hit the power, turn on the blower to keep it cool. Hit the start button. Now, as you can see, the light is so bright it won't even allow the camera to pick it up. You always want to use the blower whenever you turn them on. Keeps the bulb cool.
That's the other extra bulb down in the bottom. Commercial style unit. It has some pinholes in the top here. We just use some tape to close it up and it seals fine. Hold both screens down. Works like a champ. That's the only thing wrong with it, is that there's some pinholes in the top, but other than that, with the tape over the top, it's been working fine for years. It is a commercial unit. You don't see these anymore because generally everybody's using tabletop models, but you won't get the type of halftone dots and clarity and burnt great screens without this type.